So for part 3, without any further tests, the easiest way is this, use the p-value method, because now if the police want to see that the average speed of car is not 25 km/h, so your H now mu is 25, the alternative will be mu not equal to 25. Means you can either hogging the road or you can speed. Means you can be slower than like you drive a car at 5 km/h, or you're like driving like 100 km/h, right? So the thing is not, so it's two-tailed. Without any further test, take the conclusion. If instead they test at alpha percentage, 20%. Okay. Now everything remains the same. So when you're doing okay, method 1, the easier one will be the p-value method. Okay, this one just take note. So when you're using the same curve here, okay, this is your z-stats, right? This is your p-value, right? For one tail, right? This is your p-value. This is your p-value. So for everything stays the same, right? So but when you change it to two-tail, right? Your p-value will replicate on the other side. It will be replicated. So the new p-value, it will be replicated. The new p-value is actually 2 times the old p-value, because it replicated, that's all. So it just 0.0877. So if you want to use the p-value method, just remember the p-value method, the p-value for one tail and p-value for two tail. If everything stays the same, means the sample size is the same, everything is the same, right? One, you multiply by 2, you get the two-tail p-value. You divide by 2, you get the half-tail, because basically that's how we compare. We just take the one-tail p-value, we just replicate over to the other side. Okay, that's one way. Method 1 is just take the new p-value will be 2 times the one-tail p-value. Okay, either you understand it from this perspective or just memorize because usually this question won't carry all marks, so it's like 1 mark. So if you feel that you don't want to cram too much things in your head in terms of understanding it, then you just memorize. Okay, that's one way. It's method 1, p-value. So this one ultimately will get you 70%. Which is actually less than 20%, so hence reject H no. And conclude this is method 1. So this is actually 1. Can you just put this as 1 tail p-value? It's easier. 1 tail p-value is here. So when you change to 2 tail, you just multiply with 2, replicate over. Okay? There's another method which some of you are already thinking, which is to just compare with the Z method, because now you're using two tail. Means you use a boundary, you compare. There's not much test left, so you're using two tail, so this is 10%, this is 10%, right? Then you actually find what is this boundary here, the Z critical. Then because you already have the OZ stat, the OZ stat is this is without any further tests. The OZ stat is this one here. We already found 1.354, which is also given in 1.3548. Then you just use GC to find this boundary, inverse norm, right? Distribution was known on 1.281. Then you just reject. Okay. Actually, also can. This is no further test. So this is the OZ stat. Then you just compare. This method 2 then seems more than 1.281. Check. Classical. So method 2 is classical method. What's method 3? It's the same thing. Method 3 is nothing interesting. It's the same. Actually, it's the same as method 1. So I'm not going to go through that. So there are two methods. One using classical, one using p-value. So p-value, you just take the 1 scale multiply by 2, then you just compare. The classical one is quite straightforward. You just 10%, then you find the critical region, then you just compare. Okay. Any question, please ask. If not, you can try the subsequent question.